Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited. We're having a little class reunion here today at Careers on Vacation. I have Azena, Brent, Shannon, and Elizabeth have all come back. They're graduates of our Careers on Vacation program. Hang on, you guys know I have confetti. Wait. It's first of the year, so I have to find it. Let me go to my Careers on Vacation class page. So we're celebrating. Yay! 2024 is going to be your big year for sure because you guys all committed to earning your certifications last year. So you all have this huge accomplishment kind of under your belt. And the goal of today is really just to share with our viewers kind of what the process was like to go through Careers on Vacation as they were going through that journey. So I'll start by asking, where were you before doing Careers on Vacation and where's your business now? And we'll have everybody answer this one. Azena, do you want to go first?
Sure. So where was I before? Was and I am currently an executive assistant in the corporate world for about 20 something years. I have booked travel for all those time for corporate executives, VIPs, CFOs, CEOs. And it wasn't until I came across one of your videos online that it finally clicked what not my purpose, but I think my desire to do. And it just clicked with me. And I said, this is what I want to do. I want to do it. So I jumped in head first. I signed up, and right now I have my own company. Um, and I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm doing the marketing, I did all the training, and I'm getting my first clients in. So 2024 is starting off
I
really great.
love it. Azena, that's awesome, especially since you had that background of doing it for free, right? You were already doing something. You're like,
No.
you know what? I definitely can do this. If I'm doing this for executives already, we're going to just transition that a little bit. Now you can get paid for all of those activities and then take it forward to build your own audience too. That's awesome. Brent, what about you?
So yeah, where I was before it was just an unrealized dream for about a decade or so. I've been thinking I probably should be in the travel industry. I cruise all the time. It helped me when I broke my back and went into a wheelchair. It helped me allow to continue to travel and see the world and do all those things. And it really resonates with me trying to complete people's journeys to wherever they're trying to go to get that same feeling that I get every time I get on a boat. I mean, I've actually done it because I'm a faculty member in 4-H, and so I'm a geek at heart and scientist. And I've actually taken one of those blood pressure cuffs, and the second I step on a boat, my blood pressure drops. I mean, there is a physiological response, and I want to help others have that feeling. And so, going through this, I'm gonna do it when I retire. I'm gonna do it when I retire. And then I got to the point, why do I need to have to wait till I retire to do something that I know I want to do?
Yeah.
And so I spent, I'd say, hundreds of hours stalking you and your videos, as well as host agency reviews and looking at the online trainings. And there's like 16 different, trees you can pick. And in the end, I kept coming back to people they're on these videos and looking at some of the Facebook group messages, that it's more than just learning how to be a travel agent or a
Mhm.
travel advisor. It is truly a family, and it's truly something that sticks with you for life, essentially. And that is what, and I felt that all the way through class and post class in the grad group. And that's ultimately, where I'm at now is I feel complete. I still have my full-time job, working with the 4-H youth and as a faculty member, but I'm also doing this, close to 30 hours a week and loving every second of it.
I love that, Brent. That's such a like so many good analogies in there, just from kind of I love your whole stance on my blood pressure going down because that's so true. When you give people the gift of travel and you help them get to vacation, those are the big moments that we remember kind of in life, which I love that. And I love that you really vetted and looked at everything out there in the industry and you landed in Wanderlust Campus. That's just a testament to your research skills. And as we all know, Brent was a hero in the mastermind. He was just killing that feed every single day, not just asking questions, but then once he knew the answer, sharing forward. And that's what our community about. It's really a spirit of there's enough for all of us. We can all manifest huge abundance, and it really is community over competition. So I'm glad that you felt that, Brent. That's awesome. Elizabeth, what about you? I love your cute flamingo in the background, by the way.
Thank you.
That's so
With the
cute.
ears, absolutely.
With the ears, obviously. I mean, of course.
So we can tell what my focus is. So I turned 40 years old last year, and I am this, and I'm the CEO of my house primarily, and then was working part-time retail. So turned 40 and I go, what do I want to do? Like, what is my thing? What's my purpose? And as everyone else, I came across your videos and I'm watching them and I'm going, oh my gosh, I love Disney. I love travel. I was a retail cast member for a year up near Boston. And I'm watching and going, well, I plan these trips anyway. I love customers. I love to travel. I, have so much information specifically about Disney that I can share. I'm like, I need to do this. I need to sign up. And I've had the best time, and I'm working with family planning trips, but then also friends from my daughter's school that I'm planning trips for. And we did the Adventure by Disney cruise this past summer, and have someone who was actually on the ship with us that I'm planning for now for their next Adventure by Disney. So I love it. And I love being able to plan special moments for other people because there's so much to know and to be able to share that information. So yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And
I
then
love that you're
Wanderlust
on
was just
vacation getting more clients. Like once you're in the world of travel, that's so easy to do because
It was
people
the
are like,
easiest.
yeah, I have a question about this. And you're like, I know the answer. And you just strike up a conversation. And then you have a new customer. And then, it's like your trips pay for themselves. So
Exactly. Pretty great job to have.
yes, I love it. That's awesome, Elizabeth. Great. Shannon, what about for you, my friend?
So I was a grocery retail store manager for 18 years, and I absolutely loved my job. And then COVID hit and I became a long hauler and I needed to adjust my lifestyle. And at the same time, I became a mom of 2 boys. Aww. And they are my heart. And so I decided that I wanted to be the mom that I wanted to be instead of being the store manager that I wanted to be. So I chose my family, as everybody should. Mm-hmm. And I decided to take a year off. And when I was taking my year off, somebody on Facebook had asked for some help planning a Disney vacation. And I said, oh, I can help you. And she says, well, I really wanted a travel agent to see if I could get the best deals. And I said, why am I not a travel agent? And then I started researching it and I came across Cindy's videos, and that's actually how I got involved. And I decided to give back to the busy corporate professionals that were working the 70, 80, 90-hour weeks like I was. And that's my ideal client. So my ideal client is that busy professional who doesn't have time to plan a vacation and wants to spend every moment that they're available with their family. And that's who I am. That's who my ideal client is. And that's how I got into the business, and I love it.
Yeah. And you understand your client because that was you just a minute ago. But I love, and that's one of the things that, we say in the program is we're not just going to teach you how to have a really viable, profitable business, but we want you to build your business around your life. Why are you doing this? So I love, Shannon, that your why was kind of like, you know what, I have my boys and I want to kind of be the mom I want to be. Let's find something I can build around my priorities. So I love that. What do you guys feel like have been your biggest wins or celebrations since taking the program? Who wants to go first on that one?
My biggest win was having a client, a potential client at the time, contact me. It was my first stranger. Okay, so I didn't know who they were. They saw my my post on a friend's Facebook page, and she wanted to go to Bora Bora, and I specialize in North American vacations. And I said, I can do this. So we started looking into Bora Bora, and It ended up not being exactly what my client was interested in after all. And so I booked my first, I'm going to call it my first real trip to a beautiful sandals resort in the Bahamas. And it was for 1 week. They go in 2025, and it was $26,000. And it was a phenomenal deal. And they are so happy. And it made my heart just so happy to know that that I was able to help them in their busy lives. And I found them the vacation that they wanted to do. They wanted pure luxury, and they wanted to live it up like Jay-Z for a week. And that's what I found. So I'm going to say that's my biggest win.
That's amazing. Booking sales out of the gate. I love it. Elizabeth, how about you?
So
Biggest win or celebration?
biggest win or celebration. Let's see. I would say that the biggest win is that I am able to make my own schedule, that I am my own boss. And even my daughter's 14, and she will go to school and say, my mom's a girl boss. And she's like, get in touch with my mom about vacations. And so these people from her school are like, your daughter's really, she's
like a little
your
lead magnet.
business.
She's out there fishing for you.
Seriously, I'm like, here, take some business cards, just give them out at school, like leave them in like the teacher's lounge or something. But I think being able to really craft my own business and be in charge of my business was just huge after, working for other people forever. To be in charge of, be in charge of yourself and be in charge of your success is just, it's huge. It's a huge thing.
It's empowering, right?
It is. And be able to share my passion. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
I love it. Good. Azena, how about for you?
So I'm going to try not to get emotional. Okay. So I'm going to say my biggest win is actually doing something for myself. I take care of everyone. And that's what I've always done. My family. Even in the corporate world, I take care of everyone. I'm there for everyone, but I've never done anything for myself.
Oh, I love this. And it's like, it's one of those moments because it's like, it's my turn. It's Azena's turn. And sometimes you guys know we have a lot of mindset work in our program. It's one of those things where it's like, I am worth it, right? I am worth it in my hard days and in my good days and my bad days. But finally, especially when you are like, sounds like a caretaker to so many others. And especially I feel like parents and moms too, it's like, oh, can I justify doing this thing that is for me? But what people don't realize is when you do step into doing, you're not just doing it for you really. Like when you take that time, and yes, you are worth it. And if it was just for you, that would be okay too. But watch what happens, watch what your kids learn, watch how your life changes, watch how you're able to do all these different things. I did a podcast with my daughter last week, and it was all about what has it been like having entrepreneurs as parents kind of thing. And that was my full circle moment because when I was early in my journey, it was scary to spend $5,000 on this particular expert that needed to train me something. And then I had to hire a consultant over here that charged me $10,000. Like I spent so much money, sometimes not good, like in the beginning of my career, but it's because I had to learn and I had to go through some hard knocks, and it was always so hard. And I felt like, am I doing the right thing for my family? But if you look at how the journey has gone through the whole process, and now my daughter comes back as a senior in high school to go, I'm not afraid to try things. I'm not afraid to fail forward. And that's where I'm like, okay, it all worked out, right? Like, it all came full circle. So Azena, I feel you on that. And I think so many viewers will too, because like Brent said, I watch hundreds of hours of these videos, right? And when do you decide that you're worthy enough to kind of take the next step and do the thing? Because 12 weeks later, Azena's got a business, Elizabeth has a business, Shannon has a business, Brent has a business, and they're all happy and glad that they did that and taking that forward. So good for you, Azena, leaning into your power.
Thank you.
I love it. Brent, how about for you?
For me, my biggest win, and it's something that's continually paying off, is literally branding and mindset. And I had no clue how many limiting beliefs I had until Brandon kept calling me out on them. And I also got very comfortable being called boo, you know, and that was very new for me. But to this day, you know, the morning, you know, affirmations and has changed my outlook, just, you know, not only for my business, but, you know, my previous career, my, you know, my relationship with my family. It's amazing. And, you know, and I came into this like, I'm doing good. I got all these things. I understand these things. And there was just something about the way he talked to us. And then when we had our live sessions and we could ask questions, he's like, no, that you're blocking yourself for these reasons. And oh crap, you're right, type thing. And it was amazing. And I mean, I still to this day, I made it in class, but I mean, I keep the coasters up every day,
those
and I have a
posters.
new
Oh, I
one every
love that you
day.
two of you flipped them up real quick. Those are I designed all of those for you guys with my favorite affirmations for travel professionals. And because it's hard to make a shift sometimes, something you've done before, or Brent, like you said, you had to reframe things to kind of step into that a place. Another thing that we did while you guys were in the program was I think almost everyone in this class was there when we moved from the old version of COV, and then you guys got the upgraded 5.0 version. So talk to everybody about what it's like when you have Wanderlust Campus, because you guys have that for the lifetime of the program. What differences did you see in terms of kind of when we flipped that switch and gave you all that new updated and extra stuff?
So I was on the old version the whole time, and then I got the email that you guys had upgraded, and then I was on your live session, and I went in and I started to redo the whole program, like the whole thing. I'm like, wow, I love this. I absolutely love it. And I appreciated that getting passed on to us for those, you know, who have already graduated. And I think it was very helpful because it shows that you are up on the times, and when something changes in meta, you are there and you pass it along. And I think that transparency and that communication is excellent, and I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, and I didn't mention that, but we did release it to all of our grads. A lot of people don't realize, we don't talk about it a lot either, but whenever something changes, we're constantly, I have a whole training team, curriculum team that we update things on. We update little things all the time, but this was like a big release, kind of a new release where we redid a lot of stuff. We refilmed 50 new videos, things like that. That the grads got access to as well. So one of the things with Wanderlust Campus that we're really focused on kind of going forward into the future is making sure that you guys always have that safe place you can kind of come home to. And we release those extra tools like the business tool to track, which I have to remind all of you to put your 2023 stats in, because you can track your progress kind of over the process. But I would love to hear from all of you guys what your favorite little piece of Wanderlust Campus was. Because if not, another thing that I think we do that's different from every other program out there, there's tons of, for anyone watching these videos, there's a ton of like, oh, take an e-program and then you're a travel agent, right? That's not what this is. Like, this is you get to go to live classes if you want to, you get replays, it's very interactive, you get a private coach. It's more like if you take traditional travel school and then everything that's great about our virtual on-demand world today and kind of merge the two together, that's the environment that Careers on Vacation kind of is. But what was like one little favorite tool that each of you liked out of Wanderlust Campus that you've either loved since you left or that you loved while you were in the program? Elizabeth, go ahead.
The marketing training, I struggled with it, and it was so great to be able to talk to Kate and, you know, talk to Kelly and go to all the live classes and be able to talk through, okay, how do you do this tile thing? What is an Instagram tile? That video, I probably watched it 4 times. I'm like, all right, today's the day, today's Instagram day. And to be able to, you know, and to be on Facebook and the Wanderlust Facebook group and say, okay, who's struggling with this? Can you talk to me like I'm, you know, either, you know, 7 or like 82. So,
Right.
but to really have that group was so beneficial.
And not to have any shame in being able to ask those questions, right? I think that's a big thing in our industry when you look at these feeds and they're all catty, like, you should know that. Like, take a chill, everybody. Like, everybody's new. Let's relax. So that's not the environment in COV, obviously, but I love that, Elizabeth. Anyone else have a favorite tool? And then I have one more question for you guys after that.
My favorite tool was actually the Q&A with Cyndi.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, my calls. Oh, I thought you meant the Q&A, like the FAQs and the content.
No.
The founders calls. Yay.
Yes. Yes. So
Wow.
I absolutely love those. My calendar, I have my notebook, and I started taking notes from the first one. I didn't even know what I was taking notes about, but I was taking notes. And to this day, I say, oh, wait a minute, we went over that. And I'll go back and I find my notes.
And you have
And
the replay that
I
you can go back
still
to
use
too
it.
if you forget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you actually get trained by me. I know a lot of you follow YouTubers and they have big channels and things like that. You're like, oh, you never get to deal with the top person, right? That's not, no, guys. Like my favorite thing to do every week, Tuesdays, I have 2 classes. I have our the first half of the mastermind, and then the second half of the mastermind. I love Tuesdays. That's my favorite day of the week. I get all caffeined up. I mean, it's summer moon all day long in Austin here. But yeah, Zena's like, yes. But that's my favorite thing because I feel like that's the difference in our program is having those touch points. And I can't get this 30 years of experience. I've done as much as I can putting it in the curriculum, but for you to be able to, while you're implementing all my proven systems, to be able to show up and go, okay, Cyndi, I didn't get that. Or like, how do these pieces connect? Or I didn't get the result I thought I would. We troubleshoot, we fix it, and you move on. So yay, I love that, Shannon. Well, guys, let me ask you one last question. What would you want to share with someone who's maybe on the fence? They've been watching the channel or they've been, hearing from this group and that group. They've done the job that Brent did back then. They look at some things that are out there and they're just on the fence about starting with Careers on Vacation. What would you want that person to know now that you've been behind the curtain? We'll start with Brent on this one.
That when you invest in yourself and you pick this program, you are never alone. And, from the founders calls, from being able to go back and watch the replays in Wanderlust Campus, to the Facebook groups, and to your peers, your classmates. We have, from my cohort, I have 3 or 4 different messenger groups that we constantly are talking and updating and what's going on or how's this working. And we've set up, hey, can you handle this? This is outside of my wheelhouse. And it's like, it's truly a family. And to me, you are not only investing in yourself, you're investing in the family, and the family is always with you every step of the way. And I find great comfort in that no matter what's coming up, what changes, if we're unfortunate to go through another random pandemic, I know I've got people that are going to help me through it, and I'll never be alone. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I love that. That's great, Brent. Azena, what about for you?
I would have to say I'm one that's very cautious, but when it came to this, I took a leap off the cliff, and it was so worth it, especially if you want to do something. If you want to do it, you want to do it right. I would not even look back. I wouldn't hesitate. I would just do it because I have learned so much. And I would do it all over again. And this is it. I mean, just do it. Just jump in.
Great advice, Azena. You guys heard it here first. Elizabeth, what about for you?
I would totally agree with Azena. I mean, just do it. You are going to learn so much about yourself. Because you're learning that you can do big things. You can do hard things. You can step outside yourself and, reinvent what you're doing. And I think that would probably be, that would be it. Just go for it. You're going to love it. And you're going to learn things that you would have no idea of if you're not taking the class, and learning about top-notch customer service. And, you talk about when you start small, but you have to think big, and start it out really organized, like you are a huge company. And I think you learn so much about yourself and get so much confidence too. So it's not really just learning to be a travel advisor. It's learning about yourself too. So do it. Do the hard thing.
I love that. Yeah, and to Elizabeth's point, I always say it's the questions you don't even know to ask that will get you in the most trouble. This industry is way more complicated than it appears. There are lots of little setups that'll be like, yeah, pay this little fee, and then you're a travel advisor this afternoon. But then you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's all, you're liable for mistakes that you might make in your business. So you better make sure that you're doing it right. And that certification just gives you so much more confidence because you know proven processes, you know best practices, you have the confidence, and you have a place to go to ask questions if you get stuck. So I think that's important. Shannon, anything to add on that topic?
I have one thing to add besides jumping in with 2 hands and 2 feet. This affirmation, it says, I am now creating the exact life I want.
That's right.
And that is why you should do it, because it is true. This is the exact life that I want. I am home to bring my kids to school, to pick them up from school, to go to soccer practice, go to gymnastics. And if I was still in corporate America working 70, 80, 90 hours a week, I would not be that doing exactly what I want to do with my boys. I would not be the mom that I want to be. And this affirmation says it all.
Oh, Shannon, that's like making my heart smile, because at the end of the day, that what you just said right there is exactly why I started this company and exactly why I show up in the way that we do and why we do this in a more of an interactive format, is because I want to rescue as many people away from, you know, wasting their lives or doing things that don't bring them joy. And, you know, I look at my kids, and we started to become serious entrepreneurs when my daughter was 3. And I see now like how that's changed. We just spent, like, I can never get those years back. I would pay any amount of money to go back and spend a day with them at 5 or 3 or 6 or whatever. But I spent so many days with them because we were able to build our business around our life. So I love that I'm taking that forward and you guys are able to recreate that in your worlds too. And it has absolutely been my honor to be you guys' coach and bring this program to market so it can help you. And we're cheering for all of you guys. You're just going over to the grad group. You're not going too far. So I'll say thank you so much for being on the show today. And we'll link all of our information down below. If you want to apply for Careers on Vacation, we really recommend you go to careersonvacation.com/ready now. We are doing a promotion in 2024. The first 300 students that sign up for the program are going to get a prize suitcase all filled with new goodies that I have kind of curated for 2024 in there. And the team here will tell you, because they all got suitcases, that there's some good stuff in there to help you with your careers going forward too. So check out that information down below, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.